Hello, Creative Arts team. My name is Chris Catalano, and I wrote the original short story and script called The Roman Drummer. If you're seeing this on the day that I sent it to Mariah, you are one day away from performing the first part of the Drummer Boy play. And I couldn't be prouder than to know that the concept for this story is in such good hands and being presented at Genesis. I wanted to share a little bit about the story and some of the underlying thinking that went into it. One of the things that I find myself thinking about when I read scripture is how, at a moment in time, Jesus walked among real people, doing real jobs, raising children, dreaming about things, wondering about things, and just living life. When we read the Christmas story or any other part of Scripture, we get a glimpse of that moment and place. But at the same time, there's so much more going on in the lives of hundreds of thousands of people living at the time from the Middle East to the Americas. And sometimes we get a glimpse of people just living their lives who suddenly encounter the Lord in Scripture. I think that might be why the story of Simon of Cyrene resonates with me, and probably why the song The Little Drummer Boy has always resonated with me as well. They're pictures of those moments in time. And the story of this play is really about everyday people who have dreams and lives and families and talents, encountering the Lord and just offering what they have. Nothing flashy, no massive giving campaign, no new national global ministry complete with a website and a mission statement and 5 year strategy. Just people living their lives. It's something that I think we so often miss in our Christian journey is this idea that for the Christian, every part of our lives is or can be an act of worship. Our work, our play, our hobbies, our screen time, cooking dinner, mowing the lawn, um, or even just stepping outside and admiring a flower and or the heavens. You see, how we live, how we think, and who we acknowledge in all of that can make every activity in our lives an act of worship. And I think that's what I think about most when I imagine the little drummer boy playing Rumpa Pum Pum. I cannot point to a specific single scripture that inspired this story. As Jesus is the scarlet cord woven through the pages of all of Scripture, there are many verses that come to mind for me. One that speak to my formulating of characters, like the Roman drummer, or any of the other characters that I've created. But I think one that I would like to leave you with as we approach the Christmas and the day of the show is one just to turn the focus back to you for a moment. I'm sure you've heard the story in Matthew 25, the parable of the talents. Jesus tells a story of a master who gave to his servants 10 talents, 5 talents, and 1 talent. And the story is really about how each of those used or did not use what they were given. And it's interesting to me that the word talent, a unit of money, is the same word from which we get the word talent as we use it today, a talent or ability. The song The Little Drummer Boy is a song where the character doesn't necessarily have much, but he has a drum and his ability to play it as a gift to the Lord. And you being in this presentation are using your talents in much the same way. It's so much more than going through the motions. You are taking what the Lord has given you, an ability, a willingness, and the talent to do it, and making it an act of worship and of service. I hope you all have a wonderful experience on stage, and I look forward to seeing the show and worshiping with you in the process. And my prayer is that someone or many through this will experience the Lord's presence and will submit to Him either for the first time or all over again.